As I started to use this rule, I'm going to count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, if I know I should do something. My whole life started to change. You see, what I'm about to prove to you today is that your entire life is happening in 5-second windows. That the secret to greater confidence, the secret to beating self-doubt, 5-second windows.
I am worthy. I have value. For the young girls out there, you have it now. You just have to take the time to realize it and be patient with yourself as you do it, because the process takes a lifetime.
And when it's time to stop believing, the truth is, accomplishments are great, but to know you're worthy, you don't need them. See, there is only one of you in the entire universe. And what your knowing knows deep down is you're not crazy, you're just first.
Self-doubt is number one enemy of all humans, especially women. According to a survey conducted by the Dove Global Beauty and Confidence Report in 2016, 60% of women are affected by self-doubt, and only 4% of women consider themselves beautiful worldwide. This is insane. I personally feel that I also need a constant reminder not to listen to that inner critique who is continuously trying to highlight the flaws within me. And as the research tells that I am not alone, it's a global issue. So the question is how to overcome this. In this video, I am sharing the message from 5 of my personal favorite Wonder Women who are inspiring millions of women to overcome their self-doubt and to become the best version of their self. So without further ado, let's dive straight into it. Number 1 on my list is Mel Robbins. My personal favorite, a renowned motivational speaker and bestseller author. I love listening to her podcast, especially when I need some extra dose of motivation and inspiration. And I personally use her 5-second rule in many situations of my own life. Let's listen what she has to say about self-doubt and how to deal with this.
Believe it or not, self-doubt is a habit. It's a behavior, a thinking pattern that you repeat over and over, and then it becomes automated. And when I can get you to understand that anxiety, worry, procrastination, self-doubt, they are all habits, then I can show you using science how you can break them. And then everything changes, and it all comes back to these 5-second decisions.
Next on my list is Marisa Peer. She is a very popular therapist, motivational speaker, and famous author, as well as founder of Rapid Transformational Therapy, RTT, which is a very popular form of therapy based on combining the most impactful principles all other methods like hypnotherapy, psychotherapy, neuro-linguistic programming, and cognitive behavioral therapy. Her book, I Am Enough, is very inspiring and a must-read for every female to feel worthy of self-love.
We're not born with this belief that you're not enough, but it's a kind of insidious thing. The media, magazines have done a lot to make us believe you've got to look amazing, be amazing, have a six-pack, have a perfect home, be perfectly groomed, and be perfect at our job. And you may, as you say, have other people giving you awards. And you see, it's not other people's words that will make you feel enough. It's your words. So I invite you to join the I Am Enough movement. I want you, first of all, to change all your passwords to a version of I'm Enough.
Next on my list is Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of US, wife of Barack Obama. She is a philanthropist, motivational speaker, coach, and author. Her book, Becoming, which is her autobiography, has been a bestseller, and its digital documentary is also available on Netflix. This is most recommended for young women to beat self-doubt and become what we dream of.
Society intentionally does that to women and girls. It starts at a very early age. We question our value, our worth. We question how we look, how we talk, where we're from. You are constantly batting away those negative messages of being not enough. And yes, I deal with that too. In order to break these cycles of negativity, you got to get up every day and do the work right before you. That means getting your education when the opportunity presents itself, and then focusing on that, doing the work, doing your homework, getting to the next stage in life. Because if you take those small steps over time, you build up a lifetime of another story for yourself. No one can do that for you. You have to look over your life, and we as women sometimes feel like we have to have done everything right before we can take credit for the things that we have done. But there is power in what we do every day. And I have to remind myself of that every single moment.
Next on my list is Mary. She is a business coach, a motivational speaker, a well-known author, and she also hosts her online show named Mary TV. Her book, Everything is Figure Outable, is very popular and is on my reading list.
Every creator who consistently takes risks and shares their ideas and produces work feels fear and self-doubt. I feel fear and self-doubt on a daily basis. And a little reality check here. Those daily battles do not go away with time, experience, or even massive fame. You're an artist or an entrepreneur. Fear and self-doubt are going to be your lifelong companions. So the question remains, how do you move ahead? Well, here's one trick that has always worked for me. I want you to think about your attention, your mental and emotional and spiritual energy as a flashlight. And that flashlight can only shine in one direction. So in any given moment, that flashlight is shining in on you and how scared and insecure and fearful you are, or it's shining out on your customer or the work that you're producing.
Last but not the least is Kern Lima. I first listened to her name on Mel Robbins podcast. Jamie is a media personality, a famous author, and is co-founder of It Cosmetics, a brand that she launched from scratch and later sold it to L'Oreal for $1.2 billion. Her two famous books, Believe It and Worthy, document how she believed in herself while facing rejection from hundreds of sponsor companies and finally succeeded in fulfilling her dreams. Her Worthy, You Are Not Crazy, You Are Just First is my absolute favorite. Let's listen in her own voice.
The poem, You're Not Crazy, You're Just First. Who do you think you are, they say. Things like that aren't for people like us. Why are you going around changing, planning to leave us in the dust? Are you forgetting where you come from? Are we not good enough anymore? And just like that, the temptation to play life small feels more comfortable than before. If you're doubting you're enough, your thoughts, their words have got you down, it's time for your soul to tell your mind there's a new boss in town. See, there's no one else quite like you in the entire universe. And what your soul knows is you're not crazy. You're just first. The first to have your hopes and dreams. The first you there's ever been. So don't be surprised if they don't get you or try to shame you to fit in. They call you odd, strange, different for having dreams bigger than they can see. Because those dreams weren't given to them, they see them through fear and anxiety. And even the well-intentioned people who love you to the bone can see you pursuing your dreams as a reminder of them not fulfilling their own. If people like people who are like them, hiding your true self's a comfort zone. but a calling unexpressed inside you leaves you feeling anguished and alone, even inside of your own home. They call you words like crazy and say, we stick together for better or for worse, but what your knowing knows is you're not crazy. You're just first.
That's it for today. Which one of these ladies is your personal favorite? Let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos here for book recommendations on other topics.